Hi, all cinephile Mike, your friendly neighborhood cinephile, is here with day 91 of Award Season Review Season 2. It is our last week, and it is the rest of the best. Wrapping up the remaining nominated films for this week's Oscars coming up on March 10th. Today, I am talking about a film that in some ways shares some themes with yesterday's 20 Days in Mariupol. Today, I discuss Bleecker Street's Golda. Written by Nicholas Martin and directed by Guy Nattiv, Golda has a total box office reporting, according to Box Office Mojo, of $6,059,809, with $4,801,781 domestically and $1,258,028 internationally. Now, the film has one solo Oscar nomination for the team of Karen Hartley, Susie Battersby, and Ashra Kelly Blue for Best Achievement in Makeup and Hairstyling. Now, surprisingly, of all of the awards that I have been tracking this year, that is really all the film has had, save some other makeup nominations by the Hollywood Makeup Artists and Hairstylists Guild. Now, Golda is a biopic focusing on the intense 3 weeks in the career of Israeli Prime Minister Golda Meir, played with the usual command of screen by Dame Helen Mirren, a criminally nominated Worst Supporting Actress by the Razzies for Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Sorry, that still sticks in my craw. Anyways, these 3 weeks are during the Yom Kippur War, also known as the October War, that occurred between Israel and the Arab nations of Egypt and Syria. Now, Golda needs to make very difficult decisions regarding the war as to when to attack or not, given the holiday of Yom Kippur, and also the limited resources that Israel is experiencing due to a series of events that have occurred because of this conflict. She will need to contact the United States for support under the presidentship at this time of Richard Nixon and work with Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, underplayed with nice subtlety by Liev Schreiber. Now, this is a conflict because the US relies on relations with the Arabs for oil and gas. Complicating all of this as well is Golda's own health issues. She has constant recurring heart problems and is also now dealing with a cancer diagnosis. We will follow Golda as she makes all of the decisions regarding what is to occur, from opening shots to the eventual conclusion of this war, as well as the toll these decisions take not just on herself, but on the people with which she serves. One interesting thing that the film does well is that it doesn't really show footage of the war. There's one sequence where Golda is listening in as soldiers are in the fields conversing over the radio with disastrous consequences. But otherwise, we are being told what is happening when she is in meetings and sessions with all of the other supervisors of the military. And this sometimes is a little bit more intense, right? Because what we think is happening and can't see is sometimes worse than what is actually happening. Also, the film frames it nicely in the sense that when the film opens and when it ends, it's bookended by Golda speaking to the Agranat Commission hearing, where she was defending the choices that she made and whether or not she would be found guilty for, inappropriate taking inappropriate actions. So we hear about something, and now we're going to flash back, watch it, and then see how this all resolves itself. It smartly focuses on the subject, the film, not just all of the different factors of what's going on, but on Golda. We spend most of our time with her, and Mirren carries this film on her shoulders with great aplomb. Now, for want of spoilers, should people not know the history, and I did not know all of it, so I learned a little bit here watching this, was like an interesting history documentary. This film will provide the backstory needed in a nice solid hour and 40 minutes. Mirren as always turns in solid work, and her performance is akin to that a little bit, almost of like what Meryl Streep did in The Iron Lady. And I'm a little surprised Mirren wasn't in the conversation for Best Actress, but given the competition this year, it's a tough year. There's a lot of solid performances, but she is completely transformed thanks to the hair and makeup, understanding the recognition, the plumping up of the fat suit, which at times is a bit distracting, but is there to help us see her get lost in the role of Golda. So, In this character study, which we focus on her as opposed to multiple people and multiple factors, Nattiv, an Israeli who won an Oscar for his short film Skin a few years ago, tells this story of his homeland with true reverence for its subject and respect for the former prime minister who had to make these tough calls. I should reference Jasper Wolf's cinematography. It was very unique in that the majority of the film was done in almost these gray, muted tones that really set the mood of what we're experiencing. And how, even though we are hoping for a calm solution to this situation, there is the depression that it is felt in almost every camera angle. I reference the themes to yesterday's film because we see the impact of war and how imbalanced things can be and the impact that it can have on the people. And we see, the only flip is that we're in 20 days in Mariupol. We see the aftermath. Here we hear about it. For me, Golda is a 4-star film with a stellar performance by Miran. Her performance gets a 5 in a 4-star film. Now, if you would like to see Golda, it is streaming exclusively on Showtime. All right, one more down, only a few more to go. As always, if you like what you heard here, please subscribe to the channel and continue spreading the word. You can follow me, Cinephile Mike, on all social media platforms and on Letterboxd, and get on all of the cinematic goodness. Until next time, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.